sun, you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done.
My name is Harry, I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
This is the future.
Today is December 12, 2023. It is 12:54 a.m. almost 1 o'clock. All right, so I have a couple tweets to share with you, and today where is it? I have about 18 tweets to share with you. I'm not sure if I put them in the proper order because I started during the day and it took me about another 30 minutes before I start recording to add some more to it. And I have some more regarding Archwell and Grifters, impact report from Archwell, but that's gonna be on my charity channel, and I don't think I'm gonna record them tonight. I'm probably gonna wait because the 18 ones are a lot for me already for tonight, but this one for Archwell I'm probably gonna leave it for the weekend. I think I posted something on my community board on my charity channel regarding the report, but you know, when the squad talk about it and discuss it, I like to share those discussion with you as well. But for tonight I'm just gonna focus on these 18 tweets for this channel. All right, so let's look at the back end. Okay, 3,630 subscribers, new subscribers, welcome. I put this video out yesterday. I think it was like around 4 p.m. in the afternoon. I had just finished edit everything, and I took this portion out only and then put it out for you guys. You didn't see the intro on that video, just the tweet, straight to the tweet. All right, my estimate revenue $266.58. I don't understand this, why it's stuck there since I don't know. I really don't know what to say. Go back to some of my previous videos, you'll see it's stuck around that number. As a matter of fact, there are times it's higher in the video, and then the next day or throughout the day, the following day, it goes back down. So I don't know. Okay, my analytic. Okay, so there's this here, and I think they I think, in my humble opinion, they are manually, you know, messing around with some numbers around here, because if the subscriber is increasing almost every day, how come I'm getting that amount of view? It should be much more. Somebody's manipulating with the numbers back here to match the estimate, but how come the subscriber is increasing? I don't understand this. These numbers don't make sense to me, and this is why I do not want to make a membership, because if I cannot trust these numbers, and if people decided to be members, you know, try a way to support my channel by being a member, and then I'm not seeing the numbers, so where are your monies going? Your money is gonna it's not really going to me, you know. So this is why I prefer not to create membership here, because I don't trust these numbers. If you want to support me, I have, like I said, PayPal and Cash App. The links are in the description. If you want also, you could join me on Patreon. This is where I prefer to be membership. Unfortunately, I don't put a lot of things on every day on Patreon, because I decided because of the information that I'm sharing, I prefer to be on YouTube for free. But if you feel like you appreciate what I'm doing, if you want to support me, either PayPal, but if you want to do, you know, on a monthly basis or something, it's Patreon. Okay, so let's go on Twitter. This is something else. I don't want to discuss it. Let me bookmark it. Alright, so this is the first tweet here. I believe I shared this on my community board with the link as well. So I wanna, wow, now that I think about it, this might be 2 videos. Okay, so let's get started. For the first time, this newspaper is reproducing some of the emails content Part of them reads, quote, if a journalist is using someone's partner to pay Prince William's PR for information about his own brother and sister-in-law, that shouldn't happen, end quote. All right, so this is the caption for this tweet, and this is byline. Kerry revealed the emails behind the Royal Cash for Leaks affair. Detailed but anonymous testimony from insiders at The Sun set at the heart of cash for leaks allegation involving a royal official and the newspaper's former top editor Dan Wooten. Now Byline Times can publish the detail for the first time. So that was back in December 9th, 2023. Like what? 3 days ago. All right, so let's go into it and read it. Oh, no. Okay, there's the... I was like, what happened? The link is in the description, okay? And if you want to support Byline, they have, what is it, where you could support them as well. I don't have the link right now for me to put it on the description. But if I do find it, I'll put it on my community board. Somewhere within my community board, if you go down the line, down the list, you'll find some. Okay, because back like around November or September or something, I did put that link, but I don't remember on top of my head right now or where I have it besides my community board. Okay, so let's get started with this article. Okay, this is by Dan Evans, 9 December 2023. This article was first published in November 2023, print edition by Byline Time. A series of anonymous emails blowing the whistle on payments by The Sun to the partner of a senior royal aide were written by 3 former colleagues of the controversial journalist Dan Wooten, a Byline Time investigation can reveal. This newspaper has received credible intelligence to suggest the 3 worked together to inform on the Murdoch tabloid former executive editor, as they fear a cover-up by publisher News UK if they did not. Very interesting. To protect themselves from exposure, the colleagues went to extraordinary lengths to cover their tracks after reaching out to Scotland Yard, Buckingham Palace lawyers, and retired Guardian journalist Nick Davies. Byline Time will not be identifying them as a matter of journalistic source protection. This is when Byline is using that protecting their sources the right way, but the newspaper, the British, The Sun, the Daily Mail, all of them, they have abused this aspect of journalistic. They abuse it to the point where you don't even need to read their papers anymore. Okay, so here, this is where Byline is using it correctly, and then it gives you the backstory why they're protecting their sources. Okay, so let's continue. However, it can reveal how they present themselves as being a temporary worker and a friend of Junior News UK administrator with access to the Sun's editorial payment systems. They acted following the publication of 2 stories about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and their son Archie in June and July 2019, and the subsequent discovery of payments totaling £4,000 to a publicist whose partner is Prince William's former press officer Christian Jones. And I think this information might actually help Harry moving forward with some of his cases. He has so many. Pick one, I don't know. For the first time, this newspaper is reproducing some of the email's content. Part of them reads, quote, if a journalist is using someone's partner to pay Prince William's PR for information about his own brother and sister-in-law, that shouldn't happen. They added, quote, someone in editorial started questioning why stories that weren't on the front page were getting thousands of pounds in fees. My friend says someone saw a string of payment within a few weeks to the publicist John Partner about royals and then asked who this person was. They can understand why a showbiz PR will have that kind of knowledge. The insider information was later handed to Neil Basso, the former Met Police Assistant Commissioner overseeing counterterrorism at the time, and led to 2 internal inquiries at Buckingham Palace. News UK denies making any unlawful payments to third parties, and John and his partner say they did not provide private information about the Sussexes to the Sun. Byline Time has sourced its own copies of the emails, which were first addressed to Nick Davies in spring 2020. Davies, whose investigation for The Guardian exposed the phone hacking scandal at the News of the World, leading to that newspaper's closure in 2011, and a major Old Bailey trial, confirmed his role in passing on anonymous communication to relevant third parties. Quote, "I am retired, but I still get approached with stories 2 or 3 times a week and have to say no to them," he said, but this email was clearly important. There was a clear public interest. If they had been misfeasance by a public official, it was important. There was clearly a chance that what was being said was true. So I boosted into the hands of people with power. First, Davies reached out to lawyers for the Duke of Sussex, who also passed the information on to Neil Basu. Wow. I'm telling you, there's some good Brits out there, but the majority of them are so infested or corrupt. Let's continue. "I was in the middle, and I admitted I had no idea if what the email said was true," Davies added. Quote, "It was detailed information, but the truth was not clear. The police needed some kind of evidence to put before a judge to get a warrant to go to Buckingham Palace and search Christian John's record and those at the Sun." Wow. They needed to meet the source to get a sworn statement or some other form of sworn evidence. I urged them, the anonymous whistleblower, to meet the police, who were willing to do so off the record, but the source will not come forward. I mean, you can understand that. This is huge. And then you can't even trust people over there. You don't even know if the police will, go to the palace and backstab you. So I could understand that. My goodness. The information in the email was so detailed and credible, however, that it prompted the Duke of Sussex to explore a civil lawsuit with a formal letter before action to the Sun. The information they contained centered on the appropriateness of payment going to the partner of someone acting in official capacity for the royal family. If you go back, I don't think it's on this channel, probably on PYTE, where I said the minute they start hiring politician into the royal family, I knew it was over. Once I was aware, they probably was doing it way before I was aware of it, but from reading different things that opened my eyes, I was like, once they start hiring elected official or people who runs for office and stuff like that, I knew it was over, because these people, they want to have an idea how the institution work, so they could manipulate them. Because in my humble opinion, the royal family is a branch of the government as well. Many people may say, "Oh, it's not this, it's not that." Yes, they are. Okay, the overall aspect of things, yes, they are. Okay, you could say whatever, even if it says on paper they're not. Yes, they are. All right, let's continue. Alright, the email. Byline Time can reproduce part of the email, which went on to have such wide-reaching ramifications. Posing as the Sun worker's friend, the author wrote to Davies, quote, "I understand you are now retired from journalism. Perhaps if this is not of interest to you directly, you might wish to pass it on to someone capable if you think it's worthwhile. I have no wish to be involved because I will fear for the safety and well-being of my loved one." I could understand that. I understand that as well. "You play a pivotal role in exposing wrongdoing at News International. The company, now News UK, claims to be the cleanest media company in the world. It is not. I will give you one example. See where it leads." The emails claim to be from a News UK worker who, during a brief period of employment there, had access to payment system used by editorial teams and had knowledge of internal legal compliance protocols. The worker, it was claimed, had maintained a friendship with a second whistleblower at the tabloid. One email went on, quote, "Everyone there now has to undergo strict training to avoid corrupt payment, but at the Sun, they are circumventing this. I know this because there is one case involved one of the tab editor, Dan Wooten, that has been hushed up." Wow. The email continued, quote, "The impression my friend gave is that only a few people within the Sun know about it. They've told me before that when the connection was made between Christian John's partner, the publicist, and John, there was a real sense of panic because Wooten is so powerful within that office." Quote, "He dealt directly with Chief Executive Rebecca Brooks on story." Oh my God, the same characters. My goodness. He dealt directly with Chief Executive Rebecca Brooks on stories. Sometimes he has his own radio show, and he's forced out a lot of people as he's moved up through the organization. He tried and succeeded to get people sacked. He's that powerful. Wow. That Martin Brittany. Explaining the situation, the email continues, quote, "Then Wooten is a showbiz journalist, but in the last year or so, if you check, you will see he has written a number of stories about the royal family. There were concerns raised internally last year over a number of payments he had made, totally thousands of pounds, to a freelance PR." He continued, "If you look on Google, the publicist worked for a number of showbiz PR firms, so perhaps not a big deal. The reason concerns were flagged was because Wooten suddenly began paying the publicist thousands of pounds for royal stories starting on or around 15 July last year, 2019. It went on, quote, "These began with large payment of £3,000 upward for single stories about the Duchess of Sussex that only someone very close to them could know about. The information was very detailed and questions were asked very discreetly internally about why the amount paid was suddenly so high about stories possibly involving public officials, which is a big red flag at News UK now." Wow. It continues, "The answer, it was quickly established, was that the publicist is the partner of William and Kate's press secretary, Christian Jones." Wow. The email went on. I mean, if they were willing to, sack Harry for putting his name on the paper, so which means the royal family also connected to that. If they are willing to go that far to say for Harry not to put his name, this is from another video that these information were coming out. Because when Harry was filing a court document and when he pinpointed who was behind some of the leaks, and when he went to, the man in gray suit, and then they were asking him more information about the thing that he has, and he didn't want to give it to them because Harry realized that they were not going to help him. Instead, if he give his information, it will benefit the perpetrator. Okay, so which means the palace is part of it as well. Let's continue. The email went on, and I think this is the part that will help Harry on that lawsuit that just went on to what was it? I think it was on Friday, where it says it could move forward. Let's continue. The email went on, quote, "By the company's own updated rules, any suspicions of a payment to a public official should be flagged up immediately to lawyers. The reason I'm contacting you is that this didn't happen. I have no reason why, although given the seniority of the journalist and the panic it will cause internally, perhaps that is sufficient explanation. Quote, only a handful of people had direct knowledge of it, and I'm not sure Dan Wooten was even confronted about it. I don't know the journalist personally, but it really angers me that good people, secretaries even lost jobs on the news of the world, and here we are again possibly, and it has not even been looked into. The email goes on, quote, after I left, I heard someone involved was so angry they had emailed Mr. Basso at Scotland Yard last December about it, and possibly even a royal servant called Terrell, Gerard Terrell, the royal family's lawyer, to tip them off. I'm telling you, the palace is so corrupt. I don't even think any information that people have within the palace to even contact the palace, because they will squash it down. You might even lose your life. Okay, let's continue. All I know is the publicist is on the Sun's payment system under a ZC contributor number. Pay lots of money by Dan Wooten. I know that much. The paper trail is there if someone wants to find it. It seems rotten to me. I hope this is of interest. In a subsequent email, the whistleblower confirmed the detail of the publicist contributor code. Quote, I think the publicist ZC number is ZC634, byline time reduction. Okay, so the byline redacted the rest of the number, but gave a few at the beginning. My friend thinks there was a payment for £3,000 made around the 15th July last year for a story about the Duchess of Sussex and her nannies, which was published on 28th June. There was also a payment of £1,000 made for a story about godparents to Meghan's son. I don't have any more detail, and I don't know if I can get any more without arousing suspicion for my friend. Wow. Okay, let's see here. How much? Okay, I think I'm almost done. The informant went on to talk about internal compliance policies intended to protect News UK from Operation Elverdent type scandal and bribery allegation. Since Elverdent, which closed down in 2016, News UK has upgraded its internal compliance system to flag suspicious payment to serving public officials with a self-certifying system based on e-learning modules. The email added, quote, this is used for every new contributor the company pays like a source. It's a single sheet and has a box on it which asks the journalist to tick yes or no whether the person is a public official. Byline Time understand that the New York headquarters of parent company News Corporation could be alerted to red flags. It follows the creation in 2011 of a management standard committee, one of whose first job was to assist UK police and act as assisting suspects in the 11 probe and hand over evidence against employees in order to avoid corporate charges which could have infringed the U.S. Federal Foreign Corrupt Practice Act with a potential to impact directly on Honor Rupert Murdoch. The UK have abused that 5i kind of thing. I don't know if this is connected to the 5i. If you go on PYTE, I have a video that explains about this when I find out about it. Okay, so it's in form of intelligent, where the 5 eyes are the US, UK, Canada, New Zealand, and Australia. Okay, they share information. Okay, they share, whatever terrorism thing, any sort of threat kind of thing. They share this kind of thing. But I think the UK have abused that position to the fullest. If I'm not mistaken, there's a possibility they even sell some of this information that they probably got. Okay, so the UK is not to be trusted. That's all I know. Okay, the email went on. What I've just said have nothing to do with this. It's just my insert in it. All right, so let's continue. The email went on, quote, people internally on editorials started getting suspicious about the scale of the payment made by Wooten. Look at it. Someone did some research and found the connection between John and his partner, presented it to the same senior exec, who then recoiled in horror at what had been found and stuck their head in the sand without taking it further. Wow. This is what I mean. They get the information and then they bury it and then eliminate it. Squash it. It end there. Okay, it added, basically they said, yep, anyway, let's move on. It's a great story by then. I don't think there's any desire to push for it to be investigated. I think the view internally is to let sleeping dogs lie and hope no one ever makes the connection independently. Byline Time put a series of detailed questions to a lawyer for the royal family, a spokesperson for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, then Wooten, Christian John's partner, and Simon Case. Only Harry did something about it, and then once Harry bring it to the men in grey suit, they wanted to have his information, and then it was gonna die there too. And Harry was smart enough and said, no, I'm not gonna give it to you, and he, followed through with his own case, and then that's why they want to sort of end him. God is good. Okay, the allegation about payments were put to News UK in 2020 when Byline Time investigate the sister website of Byline Time first revealed payments were made. News UK threatened to sue in order to stifle publication. The identities of the senior executives said to have known about the connection between Christian John and his partner are not known, and the extent that News UK management know that this happened, if at all, is unclear. Alright, so there's this information. This is crazy. This is freaking crazy. Alright, so back Twitter. Okay, so there's not that much comment. Okay, I don't know how this article is not making the news. I mean, people have to care to share it. Alright, there's me, I share it. 100 people, 117 people retweeted it. And who knows how many times the others have retweeted. Cash for stories about Megan's nannies. Cash for stories about Archie godparents. The article has verified facts that are sickening. I know. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. How long did that take me? 26 minutes. So there's a possibility I might have 2 videos on today's tweet. Okay, next tweet. This seems small. Okay, Prince William's Earthshot. Earthshot in Singapore 2023. Prize and trouble chaos. They wanted chaos in Prince Harry's and Victor's Game 25 organizing team, but now it's in Yorkshire William, Prince of Flaps, Earthshot that chaos reign and led to Shakira resignation. There's the laugh, good King Harry, Prince of Pegging. Okay, so let's read here. I read somewhere is that the Shakira thing had nothing to do with the Earthshot. Okay, they say someone said something like that was her personal thing, but to overshadow William's, stupidity, they dragged Shakira in front. Okay, she had her problem. I'm not saying she doesn't have her own problem, but they grab her problem and put it up front to sort of minimize William's stupidity. Alright, so let's read this. Prince William's Earthshot prize thrown into chaos as 2 judges step down amid legal woes. Prince William's Earthshot prize thrown into chaos as 2 judges step down. Okay. Shakira creates Prince William's Earthshot prize after 13 million tax row. Royal sources said the footballer Dani Alves has also completed his term as a judge. So that was December 10, 2023. The singer Shakira and the footballer Dani Alves have stepped down as judges for Prince William's Environmental Earthshot Prize. But, okay, Earthshot Prize, what? I mean, I'm not trying to minimize Shakira or anything, but is she qualified to... I don't know. I don't want to sound kind of minimize her, but what knowledge does she has to be in this type of things? Okay, so let's continue. The Colombian star reached a settlement with Spanish prosecutors last month to avoid a prison sentence for allegedly defrauding the state of £14.5 million. Okay, so that's with Colombia. So how is that connected with Shakira? I mean, how is that connected with Earthshot? So what did Earthshot does that, I don't know. This is a bit confusing. Okay, here comes Meghan ancestors again. I hope they show no mercy. Okay, the wheels are coming off Willie's Earthshot prem. That's what you get when you desperately grab any celebrity you can to try to compete with your brother. Okay, Shakira has lost a personal leg battle regarding tax fraud, recognizing that this will reflect badly on the charity she had stepped down. Okay, so maybe I don't think I read these here, but it was from someplace else. She has stepped down as she should. There should not be question regarding charity funds. Isn't warm and smart Meghan beautiful? And that pic. And Harry is becoming a businessman. Montecito is thriving. So happy. I mean, why are they putting their face on something that has nothing to do with them? Why are they putting their face? I mean, at some point, I don't know. This is not right though. Harry and Meghan have nothing to do with Shakira or Earthshot, nothing. With the only thing is Harry is William's brother. It's different. It's legal reasons. There's the laugh and bad for the reputation of Earthshot. Harry and Victor's and Better Up is in chaos is due to toxic environment and overspending. They don't compare. Nice try. Okay. Better Up and chaos is due to a toxic environment. Overspending. Where is... Okay, if Better Up has some issues, I don't know. What does Better Up have to do with anything? Okay, this is the point, the reputation, which means Workshy really is too lazy to create a good environment for his Earthshot. It's been 10 years since Harry and Victor's games were amazing and peaceful. They keep getting better and better despite the haters trying to sabotage them lately. Okay, people should get it that anything associated with Willie Leak is a mess. He can't do anything. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet, and I think it's making reference to Earthshot as well. And the following tweet after that one. Next tweet, there's that again. Okay, Prince William Earthshot Price is in chaos as the Prince of Pegging continue the family tradition of being associated with tax fraud and sex abusers. Prince William's Earthshot Price thrown into chaos as 2 judges step down amid legal rules. Okay, same thing again. Let's read some of the comments here. Okay, sound like he took that over and screwed that up too. I've been telling people that it's Harry Genius coattails that the Wells has been taking credit for all these years. They have no sense of business. They are crooks, plain and simple. Harry was their scapegoat. And the knowledge of things. Actually, the other day I was thinking, the reason why when it comes to money, dealing with money, in one video I said many of these royal families should take economic kind of classes, business classes, because they deal with a lot of money and I don't think they know how to manage money. Unlike Harry, however, because the way they treat Harry, look at Harry knows how to go for bargain shopping where when there's sale and there's this, so they force Harry to learn economics by being able to experience it, because they shortchange him. Literally, I believe they shortchange him because he was doing all these work and they were benefiting off of his back. But I don't know how much they give Harry monthly or whatever when he was a working boy, but I believe they shortchange him. Look at him walking with hole in his shoes and going to bargain. It's not a bad thing to shop where there is bargain, because Megan does that too. But what I'm trying to say is that because they shortchanged him, he was forced to learn economics by experience it. But the other royals, they giving them money left and right, bags full of cash. It's like money never ends. So they do not know how to manage money, because it's like money growing tree to them. Alright, so this is why Heavy Stuff is doing much better, because he was forced to learn to manage money due to the fact that they were shortchanging him. Alright, so he needs things, so he has to learn to manage his spending. Okay, so let's continue with some of this. Okay, why were they even judges? That's what I'm saying. Do they have experience in environmental cause? Thank you. I didn't even see this. This is what I was saying. Okay, so there's mine here. Okay, even my comment, even though my comment is below it, and there's this here 15 hours ago and hers was 12 hours ago, so which means I wrote mine before hers. I didn't even see this. Okay, and they want Invictus game. Ha. 43. You know what that means? 43%. Okay, Prince of Well care factor 0 and any of the initiative invented for him. No deep personal interest to drive initiatives, including vetting people. Okay, so that's what behind these flurries of negative reports on the Sussexes and how popular they are. Okay, there's this. Okay, don't forget murderers. There's that. Let's go to the next one that I have regarding Earthshot, and that's my last one of that, I think, for Earthshot. Yo, Brittany, where you at? Okay, she tagged some people. Alright, Prince William's Earthshot Prize thrown into chaos as 2 judges step down amid legal wars. Okay, Shakira and Danny Alves have both stood down as judges for Prince William's Earthshot Prize amid tax fraud investigation and sexual assault allegation. LOL, the desperation you guys have is laughable. Shakira legal problems have 0 to do with Earthshot. Try again. That went completely over your head, didn't it? Okay, I don't know. The British media needs to mind the business, and it's on. The thing is that they associate with William, so this is why they're putting it's in chaos. 2 judges step down, so I could see the connection here, but technically it's Shakira's personal problem. Duh. All right. I don't know. Will Earthshot be able to find a replacement? Because knowing, well, people need money, they'll, do anything. But will any reasonable, well-minded people will want to associate themselves with William? Because William is not a good representative. Knowing now, since Harry left, we see the track record of his character kind of thing. Because there's so much the tabloid could do to make him seem like the goody old, he's that good of a person. So now the shield is coming, the veil is being revealing. The British media needs to mind the business in its own backyard instead of always concentrating on the thriving IG. Earthshot and the Commonwealth Games seem to have enough problems for the British media to focus on. That's true. The reason they stepped down had nothing to do with the Earthshot itself. Well, in a way, if you look in a way, yes, there is a problem. If, let's say, for instance, I do not know, all right, if Earthshot need those judges to be there, and then they cannot find a replacement, so there is a problem there. But then again, they could pick anybody or they make the decision on their own. But they step down. But the association with the connection with royal family, with sex trafficking and underage thing, and there's that aspect of that as well, where it's find its way with William and Earthshot. Alright, so let me read this and then move on. But the legal troubles aren't connected to Earthshot or each other. It is puzzling to me that they be selected as judges for a science prize though. I know. This I can understand. I can't understand why they were able to pick them. Unless if they were just looking for celebrities. If they have a lot of followers, I think that's probably why as well. They see somebody who have a lot of followers who probably, if Shakira is tweeting about Earthshot or whatever, so her followers could see about Earthshot. Maybe that's the only reason. That could be the only reason for me. Other than that, I don't see the experience of Shakira unless she went to some schooling of things that I'm not aware of. Okay, so that's it with Earthshot. Okay, pathetic. The future king and queen of the UK are so lazy. All they care about is co-playing and one-upping Harry and Meghan. Alright, so she retweeted that. This is something else. Okay, there are new figures out for how hard the Royals work. We've crunched the numbers. William and Kate have done less than a month work spread over 12 months. Kate even less. Charles and Anne only did 2 months each. Abolished the monarchy. I'll go into that for a few. Let's see this one here. A style queen, she'll always be. Hands down, the best princess of Wales ever. Some girls could never. Her going from the gym. And she knows how to keep her body in shape too, even though she had some issues later on. She knows going to the gym is necessary. But let's go into this. This was the tweet, and it's a retweet of that. So here are some numbers here. That's from the Republic. At some point, I had some issues with the Republic as well. Why? Because I believe it was them who turned on Harry, of all royals. Who turned on Harry when Harry was moving or separating between his thing and I think the Royal Foundation or something. I forgot. But let's continue. We pay William more than £22 million a year for, is it? Yeah. A year from the Duchy of Cornwall. That means he gets more than 127,000 an hour. Here are the hours. Days and weeks they carry out engagement. Work hours of the Royals 2023. Charles 425 hours, days 61, weeks 12, months 2. Camilla, there's these numbers. Okay, you guys go look. Phew. Okay, the Telegraph still report this as hard work, yet the numbers tells a different story. What was it? Where is Sophie, Edward, William, Charles? But where's Anne? Okay, there she is. Okay, 457 hours. Hey, I don't blame her. She doesn't complain. She does the thing for, few hours and then go live her life. Okay, so there's that here. I read that already. Here's what Graham Smith said about the hardworking royal and abolish the monarchy. I don't think I want to read this too much. Okay, I'm not gonna waste my time to read it. If you wanna read it, feel free, pause your screen and read it. Okay, perhaps they have joined the WFH brigade. What is that? I don't know what is that. Could it be working from home? Perhaps. It just crossed my mind while I'm editing. Yet they complain about Premier League footballers with politicians and the Tory fascist dictatorship, the first to attack them during the COVID-19 pandemic, £127,000 per hour for this, being invited to less stuff doesn't even begin to account for laziness of Workshire Willie and wife. So how the effectiveness of the month's work measure? What are the goals of said work? For example, let's say they do 30 visits to charities. What are the objectives and how does the public know if the 30 visits produce tangible result for said charity? Alright, this is for the UK taxpayers. Okay, this is for the UK taxpayer. I don't know. People never question them, so they just show up. I mean, I will do the same thing that the Vols are doing too. If the people who are working their butt off hard every day don't question that, it's not their fault. They continue the thing the same way, but nobody's questioning it. How could I be upset? I can't be upset with them. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. People's trying to take advantage, so they find a way to take advantage. Nobody question it, so every day the same thing. Like Pinky and the Brain. Hey Pinky, what are you gonna do tomorrow? And Pinky will say, or the Brain or something like that will say, the same thing we always do. What is it?
Gee, babe, what do you want to do tonight?
Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Conquer the world. Okay, so that's that. Next tweet. Princess Anne is the hardest working royals in 2023 with 457 engagement. Alright, so there's me here about an hour ago before I started. I mean, I don't blame her. Go cut ribbons, shake hands, fake smile, pretend you care. I mean, why not? That should be a question mark. I'll do the same thing for the amount the taxpayers be giving. That's why I like her. I know she took the blame for the others too. If she has something to say, she'll say it. Nobody questions, so just do what they tell you to do and get your money. Alright, so let's read what's there and then move on. Based on 7 hours day and 5 working days, and estimating an average engagement lasting 1 hour when most aren't that long, what the statistic release tell us is that Kate Middleton doesn't work 2 weeks per year. That's about 8 hours a week for the hard worker. What's even more ridiculous is the Wells were just briefing how they overworked and claiming it was putting a strain on the marriage and it's all Harry and Meghan's fault. Will works 3 hours and Kate 2 hours a week. What work? Okay, let me read this and that's it. Okay, I've met Edward at the charity where I volunteered 6 times in 11 years. Ed packed 4 engagement from 10 a.m. to 2:30. He arrived by helicopter. Is next taking to engagement number 1. It lasted 15 minutes. He's driven to the next, etc. We always wait and stand up in line for the photo op. Sitting prohibited. Oh my god. Well, you people allow it. I mean, why not? Nobody's complaining. When they say no complain, no explain, that's for you guys. Don't complain, don't explain. Why? None of you have complained and explained until the squad came along after what they were putting Harry and especially Meghan through. Okay, if only she did that many engagement a year. It's embarrassing that even the hardest working royal only does that many hours with the benefit they receive. Calling it work really is a stretch. Hey, nobody's complaining, so why not? Y'all need to stop disrespecting people who actually work hard with these headlines. Engagement can literally be a 5-minute phone call. That's true. I read that somewhere a couple of videos ago, maybe a year ago. Sending an email, going to a sport match or movie premiere, start counting the hours she did this engagement and tell the real story. Hey, that's for the UK. That is for the UK. Next tweet. Okay, so there's that. King Charles has said that will not be emotionally blackmailed by his own son. King Charles has said that will not be emotionally blackmailed by his own son. So what did Harry say? I mean, I don't want to read these, but let's read comment. Maybe I'll find out. What emotionally blackmail? We all know Charles didn't even give a hug to a 12-year-old Harry after he told him his mother just died and left him in his room by himself for hours. Okay, emotionally blackmail. Do they know what emotional blackmail is? Charles snatched everything away from Harry to force him back to the UK, but it's talking about Harry is trying to blackmail him. Harry should tell Chuck to kick rocks. These people have no feelings, okay? All they know about is them doing to others. Do. They don't even think of the ripple effect of their own action. They only see the final consequences and they go straight to it. Any ripple effect later on, they don't care. Once the ripple effect happen, they deal with it and shove it under the rug. I need to give props and respect to whoever the courtiers are that's fooling this weak king into thinking he's having a successful reign. Whoever those people are, bravo. Okay, but Harry was supposed to be financially blackmailed by his deadbeat father. It isn't possible to emotionally blackmail such a heartless person, so I don't know what he's referring to. Okay, first, he lacks any kind of paternal emotion. That's the thing. They don't have feelings. Or at least he doesn't have any feelings for his son. And I think William too. I'm sorry to say, I don't think he cares about William as well. Alright, so he's so selfish. He only know about himself. They raise him to be like that. They raise William to be like that too. William doesn't care about anything but himself. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't want to bring the kid into that, the future, but they probably do to pass things, record. History of things. You see Charles and you see William, they're probably raising the kid like that too. But we don't know for a fact, okay, because he haven't shown yet. However, it was reported in one article that something William has said around that age, he's repeating that too. Like when William, okay, when he said, when my father become king, he'll do some stuff to people. So he's already picking up. And sometime I said, I wish whatever miracle happened to Harry happens to those kids, because I do not see how those kids gonna change. Alright, so let's continue. First, he lacks any of paternal emotion toward his second son, so there is no risk for him to be emotionally blackmailed. Second, who briefed this story? I thought the palace never briefed the press. That's the laugh here. Okay, but Tempon blackmailed his son by taking a person's name out of legal paper, or we cut off from everything including security. Who blackmailing who? Okay, he's too cold-blooded to have emotions, which makes blackmail impossible. Wonder if the full of energy comment was aimed at William, who's getting ahead of himself and the kingly stakes. While emotionally blackmail will need Chuckles to have some emotions, but Chuckle is an empty vessel on that front. Okay, so I'm not the only one who see that he doesn't have any feelings. Alright, these people are freaking robots. Robots don't have feelings. Next tweet. So there's that here. That last tweet that I was reading is making reference to this. Express, Prince William already has a 5-point plan for his reign of terror. Okay, so there's me here about an hour ago. At this point, my disappointment will be on the people that work for him. They are helping him accomplishing it. William is letting it be known. Foot soldiers are willing to carry them out. William can do shit. He can only point fingers for others to do. At this point, may God give foot soldiers a baggage. I'm already interfering. The people who's gonna carry his, whatever terror he said he's gonna do. They just give him the power to say things and for things to happen, and people carry out the things. So if nobody wants to work with him or carry out his nonsense, then he will have to carry out himself. Alright, so this is what I mean by that. Okay, Harry and Meghan have been trying to wash their hands of him and his ilk, and they still get dragged into his drama. They don't want him, they don't need him. He is going to be king of nothing much, but if he dares to disappoint the royalists in any way, he'll be gone. Okay, King Charles III needs to employ food tasters like kings did in the days of yore. William is impatient, lol, and William doesn't care about Commonwealth, which is clear. His sights are set on the US. He wants to conquer America, and we all know why. This is a fact. It is. Not just because of William, other thing as well. Politically, I know they're saying the royal family, not political, but politically, yes. And one time I said they never left. And someone in the comment section started giving me a history of 1776. And I know all about that. They're not going to come and say, oh, I'm here, I'm going to do it. No, they're operating in their own little ways. When you look at the GOP and the Tories, same thing. Okay? Like I said, they never left. When you look at the South, they never left. Okay? Let's read these and that's it. Okay, it is my sincere hope that William, driven by the sense of inferiority, grandeur that pervades everything he does, will set up the condition for the end of the monarchy in the most efficient way possible. Like I usually say, is baggage for God. Okay, William is a failure and a joke. Okay, Prince William's Earthshot prize thrown into chaos as two judges step down amid legal rules. Alright, so I've shared this already. I don't want to go back to his Earthshot thing. Alright, next tweet. Okay, so there's this here. Prince Harry, Meghan Markle. Royal family spark fury for spending £2 million of taxpayers' cash on private jet in a year. The Grifters. There's a whole bunch of hashtag here. Okay, royal family sparks fury for spending £2 million of taxpayers' cash on private jets in a year. King Charles has come under fire for spending millions of taxpayers' cash on private jet travel over the past year. But where did they go though? Where did they go where they did all of that? They spent that much. December 11, 2023. That was yesterday. The royal family spent at least £2 million of public funds on private jets and helicopter trips in a year, it has been revealed. I'm confused by this. On one hand, they have the least engagement ever, but the air mile is up. I'm wondering that too, okay? So this is what reasonable people will question. Okay, well, what did you expect from King? Do as they say, not what I do. Exactly, that's true. That is true. Alright, okay, so let's finish with that. Let the record show any private plane Harry and Meghan take is not funded by the poor or working class. Grifters. Okay, people are starving using food banks and baby banks, which Kate thinks we need to normalize. Really? Did she say that? People are starving using food banks and baby banks, which Kate thinks we need to normalize. The entire point is that people can't afford to eat, and they spend our money on private jet. Like I said, it's the recycle system. They want this to normalize. Normalize, this is the thing here. Let me put the normalization that they're talking about is that when it's time for you to vote, you vote for people who will keep the cycle continue. They put you in poverty. The government put you in poverty. The monarchy pretend they're helping. Okay?
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it does more than financial.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So,
I think so. We have great people. They're very generous, aren't they?
I'm just learning.
Good luck with that.
And then the tabloid distract you from a real sense of what's really happening in the UK, the political system, the nonsense that the government is doing. Alright, and then when it's time for election, they throw some BS out there, and then you fall for it. The cycle continue. Alright. Let's see this one here. Next tweet. The numbers for William and Kate look even worse when you consider how many of those engagements are related to the coronation. What? This was the year they were supposed to step up. Okay, number of engagement in 2023. Princess Anne. Okay, so these are the numbers we could see here. Duke of Kent, Duke of Gloucester. Okay, so there's all the numbers here. I thought I was gonna see. Okay, it's not there. So there's Anne here. Okay, and the count staff meeting, they are a joke. There's me laughing at it. Okay, spotlight on me. The reason I said that is because they always wanted to be in the forefront. So there's the spotlight, and then this is what they're showing. Okay, it could be something to do with the fact they have 3 young children. Oh, please. And with the nannies, give me a break. Their children are in school, and they have a full-time live-in nanny. There's that. Okay, so that's an ad. Nah, I'm happy they put the kids first. It's what the queen wanted. The kids are now in school and they have a full-time nanny. Plenty of parents manage to put their kids first while also working more than 1 month a year. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. My goodness, these people. Let me read this here. When dead people are getting more done, I think it's way past time for Willie and Kate to step up. When dead people do more. Alright, next tweet. So this is regarding the YouGov. I were right. About a year ago, I posted about Camilla's nephew is a director for YouGov Poll. These polls has in past boasted about why Harry and Meghan are unpopular in the UK and the US, with mountain of headlines during those years, and Camilla and her nephew is laughing with started quote. Oh my goodness. A reminder that YouGov is not run by the government. It's privately owned by tax evader Nadim Zahawi, and Camilla Parker Bowles' nephew is a director. Their poll result or compromise abolish the monarchy, not my king, racist royal, Camilla Parker Bowles, blah blah blah. There's all those hashtags. This is a good information. So in effect, there's a Zahawi there in support of the Tory, and the Bowles is there in support of the royals. We really are screwed in this country. Everything is corrupted. Yeah, I mean, like I've always said, they always make sure to cover all of their bases. Anything. I mean, these people, to be in that position that they are, to be able to get millions like that, they work their butt off for it. To screw you guys, okay? Not to do the work, but to screw you, to confuse you. So whenever, they're probably all over the internet listening to what we're talking about. And then once something trigger their intention, they create something to prevent that. Prevent from you, regular people, achieving their goal by what they do. They pretend to be that. This is the way. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see it. Among the conversation, they're probably even giving ideas because we do not know who's behind us, the computer you communicate with. They're probably giving ideas and stuff like that and see how it will manifest it. Once they get to the point where, we need to create something, and they have the money to create, okay, and their people are major offices to make sure to back them up, okay, if they need permit for this, that, okay, they don't even need to show proof of anything. I need to create this, okay, you got the permit, whatever it may be. I don't know how it runs, I'm just saying, okay. Then they create that thing. This is why I had suspicion with abolish the monarchy thing tweet that I was reading earlier, and I said of all people that they were trying to they had issues with was with Harry. Harry was the only one who's somewhat more direct with the people, okay, but they went to that huge thing when Harry was moving on, trying to separate with the Royal Foundation. So back to the thing here, when the not government, the high class in the UK are doing things, depend on the situation. Things change. The minute things change, they try to capitalize on it. How are those people are changing to pretend that we're helping them, but meanwhile it's still keeping them in that situation that they are in. You understand what I mean? They create something to make believe they're helping you, to help you get out of the situation that you are in, but in fact they're BSing you for you to still remain where you are. That's all it is. And then the minute you step out of line, like I said, for instance, look how Meghan went to the school, and I said she was a bright light to the kids. If you work hard, you do this, you could always achieve your goal, But the UK, the way that I see it, they pretend they're helping you, they create some nonsense, and then to help you stay in the same position. Work your butt off for them. You go work, give them the taxpayers for them to maintain the position that they are in. Okay, whether or not that makes sense, it's another form of slavery over there. Okay, depend on the people are not complaining. All right, the royal family living lavishly, but you're working your butt off, and you still can't pay your bill. All right. There was a tweet that I came across. Within that tweet, there was a comment of someone who put a video where they have a job, but the money that they're making can't even afford to pay for their rent. Okay, so I don't know. UK, it's up to you. All right, let me read what's there and then move on. This is a good information. So in effect, there's Harry there in support of the Tories, and the Bulls is there in support of the Royals. We really are screwed in this country. Everything is corrupt. UK government is at rock bottom. Okay, people, that family are insecure. And then the thing is that those people who's running for office, like the Tories or whatever, they're packing in. As soon as there's fire, what? They grab all of that things, they leave. Okay? And then it's still the little people who have to come up and put the fire out. And then once things get back to normal again, the fire is out, they come back and then go back to the same thing again. I don't know. It's up to the UK. The US is not perfect. We have millions of issues. But that we do not want people to abuse our hardworking. I mean, at some point they try the same thing that you see going on in the UK. The US, it was happening too. The GOPs, bullshitting people, but the one group they could never get is the black people. How are they getting black? They're trying to get black people. Let me look for that. Okay, I'm done with this because the UK is screwed. All right, let me go look for a tweet I didn't put on this video, but it's how they're trying to get confuse black people. All right. Okay, it took me a while. This might be the end of this video because I'm already an hour. It took me a while to look for this. So one of the things that I was saying, because I paused, hopefully I get back to my chain of thought, is that one of the way that the system in the US is trying to get black people, okay, to fall in line with their stupidity, because they can never really get the majority of black people to vote against their best interests. I don't know if you guys remember, there was a video of this lady that I shared with you a while back, talking about history of African American and different things, right? I believe, in my humble opinion, this was a way for people to follow her. Okay, to get black people to follow her. I'm not on TikTok, so it didn't bother me. It just happened to come under my timeline. Somebody shared her video and I share it with you. Okay, her information was legit and it was a good way to share good information. But now, what I'm seeing here, remember how I said a couple of videos ago how they paying influencers to pretty much spread stupidity for people not to vote. And of all people, after the video that I've seen of her, and I've shared the good information that she had spewed, which was really good and factual, and for her to spew that, so let's listen to this. This is the next tweet. Okay, Amy Chen has been doing video after video telling people not to vote for Joe Biden. Okay, so let's listen.
Biden and the party both know that there are other options. They know that Biden is unpopular. They know that he is losing support. But he won't step down, and as of yet, the party hasn't put anybody else up.
Knowing what she has said back then, why will Joe Biden step down? Why will Joe Biden step down? What? I mean, I understand some people may not like him, but in comparison, you compare with what we have that is in position right now, the Trump type of people, you're telling for Joe to step down. Why did we stand in line for? Why so many people stood in line for? To go vote for him. Of a smart person of what she had said prior, and for her to come with this BS, it's unbelievable. So let's continue. I will be stopping in between.
If Biden loses the 2024 election, it is that arrogance and inaction that is to blame.
Girl, what is you talking about?
What inaction? Okay, before I let you listen to Kenny, because he's gonna lay it down. But what inaction is Joe Biden's doing? He's trying his best while the GOP is preventing him from doing some of the things. If you look at Obama, okay, almost like that, but Biden is doing, there's more people who's a little bit more for him, unlike Obama. Okay, He's putting people to work. The economic is, much better than Trump. All right, but let's listen to Kenny.
There is nobody else but Biden. First of all, nobody's voting for Marianne Williamson because she's crazy. Nobody's voting for Cornel West because he got too much baggage and won't pay child support. Dean missed the damn deadline. Then you must be talking about voting third party. You are aware that third parties ain't even going to be on every motherfucking ballot in the United States, meaning even if they won every damn state, they still wouldn't have enough electoral votes to become president. So what the hell are you talking about? I'm sick of you every damn day after goddamn day.
Yeah, with the electoral college, this is why the GOP wants to keep that. But if it's due to popularity, whoever wins the most vote, Democrat will be winning almost in every election. But the electoral college is preventing that. This is how we got Trump in office, due to the electoral college.
Coming on this TikTok app trying to cause voter suppression is people like you who will weaponize their person of color, trying to be the model minority, just like the very people who challenged affirmative action and got it removed and only hurt their own motherfucking asses, according to the LA Times, because the APAC community has been affected since affirmative action has been taken down because y'all thought it was gonna hurt African Americans. I am sick of motherfuckers like you constantly weaponizing your person.
Okay, I'm not in California, so I don't know anything about that. That's very interesting, though, what he just said. He's very informed. I like him.
Person of color to hurt black people. Shut the fuck up. If you don't want to vote for Joe Biden, don't vote for him. We ain't begging you to do shit. Don't vote to your heart's motherfucking content, but don't sit here and use your damn platform to tell other people to drown in your fucking misery. We're voting for Biden because ain't nobody beat Donald Trump but Biden. Name a motherfucker who's beating Donald Trump other than Biden Harris. Nobody else. So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Thank you.
If you want to not vote, don't. But don't tell us what the fuck to do.
That's the thing. This is the thing here. They lure her into the black community by giving the first tweet that it was a tweet, but of a TikTok video of hers that came onto my timeline, is to lure black people into her platform, and then once they get enough followers, and then spewing BS like that to change people's mind like this. No way. And this is why the GOP has problem with African American, because we don't fall for their BS, and then they're using her to spread this misinformation. And at the end of the day, they don't care about her either. You see how they make fun of Asian as well. Okay, so there's more. Let's see here. I didn't even know.
Have you ever heard of infiltration? There's a lot of people, and particularly a lot of minorities, who will literally infiltrate black spaces in order to manipulate us into doing what they want us to do, making us believe that, we're your ally, when they ain't nothing but lies.
Thank you. I swear I did not see this video. I only saw the first one. When I scrolled down, he had another video. That's exactly that. That is exactly that. What he just said here, and I was trying to make sense, but he said it better than I do. Let's start all over.
Have you ever heard of infiltration? There's a lot of people, and particularly a lot of minorities, who will literally infiltrate black spaces in order to manipulate us into doing what they want us to do, making us believe that, we're your ally, when they ain't nothing but lies.
Exactly.
Amy Chen ain't nothing but Mai from Squid Games. Did y'all see the reality show Squid Games, where Mai literally manipulated the hell out of TJ, talked shit behind TJ's back, and TJ was so dumb and so stupid and so fucking loyal to where he saved her not once but twice while his ass was eliminated, and now he's back as a coach on the motherfucking basketball team at a public school or a community center. Well, Maya got all the motherfucking money. Don't fall for that shit. There's a lot of people who are literally trying to, and that's what the sad shit that's frustrating the hell out of me. Why is it always on black people to be everybody's social justice mammy? We have to save democracy over and over and over and over and over again, while other minorities get to play in our goddamn faces talking about what they ain't gonna do. Knowing
exactly, he is spot on. Look at I have a video where I said I have 3 figures. I think what's her name? That actress, the Hispanic, and I have oh my god, I can't think of her name, Stacey Abrams, and a random image of a Native American. Okay, these were the 3 groups that saved democracy, and African American always on the good side of history. Okay, so this is the thing that I be saying here. He's spot on. Oh my God, I didn't even know he said that.
To be everybody's social justice mammy. We have to save democracy over and over and over and over and over again while other minorities get to play in our goddamn faces talking about what they ain't gonna do, knowing damn well that if democracy is dismantled, that it's only gonna hurt African Americans the most, but they're allies. I see you, Amy Chen. You ain't nothing but mine from Squid Games.
Mine from Squid Game. Let me see if there's another one. Okay, so that's it. Okay, Trump winning, awesome, good for her. There's all of that. She said if he loses, it will be Biden-owned arrogance. Remember, it was Biden's arrogance women when they outlaw IUDs in 2026. 2026. Okay, nothing to do with people who know Republicans are worse, helping Republican wins. That's all it is helping Republicans. All right, but the main point here, the very first video that I came across her was to lure African American in to her social platform, and then now she's spewing this BS. And I've seen some tweets where people saying they unsubscribed, they're not following her anymore. So people, you need to be very mindful when you're on social media, who's saying BS and who's saying the truth thing. And what was it? This had happened before. I remember in the Johnny Depp thing. Who was I recommend? There's an Australian person, YouTube channel. I believe she's Australian or maybe the UK. I don't know. Who was talking about, was it Johnny Depp or Harry and Meghan thing? Could have been Harry and Meghan lawsuit or Meghan lawsuit. And she was explaining all of this, the legal aspect, because I'm not a legal person. So I share her YouTube channel with you guys. Months later, just like her, completely 360, bashing on Meghan nonstop. I was like, what the F? Okay, and then some of the people, squaddies, who had listened to me, and I feel bad about that, and went and subscribed to her. And in one video, I sort of making reference to her and said, oh, I unsubscribed to her already. And after that, I don't like to share or tell people to go subscribe or do anything. I might share something, and it's up to you to make the decision. Because these people, they lure you in, and then later on, they try to change your mind with stupidity. All right, so let's do a prayer, because I'm already an hour. Prayer for, I don't know, God's help. That's all I could think of. God's help. Let's see what comes up. Okay, God, help me trust you with my decision and future. Let me lean on you with all my heart instead of relying on my own imperfect understanding. Give me clear guidance in my life. I ask for your help to direct my path. Alright, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that is it. Let me try to record the rest of the tweets that I have. Let me see. This is what I have. Let's put this there. That would be another, I think that's where I was, Kenny, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 more tweets. That Kenny video, I wasn't gonna put it, but after talking about my discussion and thing, and I decided to put it. All right, so this will be the next tweet. Okay, so that is it. Thank you for watching.